Today I react to the first week of college football. Football's back, boys. I'm Nathan Gustafson, and this is Clutch Time. Alright, so starting next week, all these videos are going to include both college and the NFL, so they'll be a little bit longer. I'm going to keep this one short, sweet, and to the point. You know who really won this weekend? This guy won this weekend. Who told you that the ACC was the most fraudulent conference in college football, and they went out and at every turn, aside from North Carolina pulling one out of their butts against South Carolina, the ACC proved me right. They struggled to win games. Florida State blew a lead to freaking Boise State. The ACC struggled up and down. They couldn't beat the SEC, just like I said. Okay, you saw it. You know the discrepancy. Right? Who cares that Tennessee, who sucks, lost to some D2 Georgia Southern crap team? Doesn't matter. All the top dogs in the SEC killed people. Georgia, LSU, Bama. They are what I told you they were. So is Clemson. Clemson's really good. The rest of the ACC sucks. You know what else I told you? I told you the Pac-12 was good. Okay, Northwestern won a division in the Big Ten last year, and they were rendered helpless against Stanford. Okay, if KJ Costello never got hurt on just a brutal cheap shot by a scumbag linebacker on Northwestern, do you really think that's not a blowout game? They were up 10-0 and going up way bigger. Northwestern was rendered helpless. They had one first down in the entire first half. And that team won a division in the Big Ten last year. Oh, but there's that big of a gap? The Pac-12's that bad? Okay, we saw Oregon compete with a team with SEC recruiting. Auburn is probably the fourth or fifth best team in the SEC after LSU, Georgia, and Bama. I would have them at fourth. You could argue between them, A&M, and Florida all at 4 through 6. But look, I told you. Oregon went in there and competed. Okay, they may not have pulled it out because of silly mistakes, but at the end of the day, Oregon made their claim. They showed that they are a national contender, and they played against a team with recruiting at the highest level, SEC level recruiting, not ACC turds, okay? Oregon went up in there and played against them. They played their hearts out, and they came up a little bit short, but that's cool, okay? They staked their claim. They represented the Pac-12 well, and this really was just, the whole weekend was a big win for the Pac-12, a big loss for the ACC, and a big win for the SEC. It's almost like exactly what I've been telling you is exactly right. That the ACC is Clemson and a bunch of scrubs, the SEC is pretty top-heavy with a lot of really good teams, and the Pac-12 is a million times better than you think it is. Okay, don't listen to everyone in sports media sucking up to Clemson and the ACC. Alright, Clemson is that good, but the rest of that conference sucks. Stanford, Utah, Washington, Oregon, Washington State, USC. There's 7 Pac-12 teams that would finish second in the ACC because that conference is a joke. This is just absolutely confirmed at this point. The Big Ten, which I actually do believe is the second best conference, I would have the Pac-12 at third, the Big 12 at fourth, and I'd round it out with the ACC out of the Power 5. But what I'm saying is the Pac-12 is better than you're made to believe it is by the East Coast biased college football media. In other news, Jalen Hurts just went out and showed the world that you could put any athletic quarterback in Oklahoma's system and you're probably going to do really good. He was phenomenal. Him and Kyler Murray, both incredible athletes with big arms, and Lincoln Riley's going to turn that into something great. Now, I think Jalen Hurts could be good just about anywhere. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but Lincoln Riley turns quarterbacks into freaking gods, man. Whoever goes and plays at Oklahoma, they're in a great system. I felt much more confident before this weekend and more secure in my pick for Texas to win that conference. Oklahoma's making that waver a little bit. I'm standing by it. I do think that Texas will be able to beat them. However, Texas has a tough roadblock this week when they play LSU. But in conference, I really do like Texas to beat them still. But Oklahoma really showed they flexed their power. And Alabama showed something too. They can play like crap for a quarter and a half, and it really doesn't matter. Like, they played bad at the beginning of that game. Duke, who's not very good, they play in the ACC, competed with Alabama. They competed with Bama. And it still didn't matter. That's just a flex by Bama. We can fart around and sit around and do nothing for a quarter and a half and still beat you by 40 points. That's exactly what they did. That was just a flex of power for them. Vandy actually competed pretty well with Georgia. DeAndre Swift was pretty much able to run the ball wherever he wanted, though. Georgia, a team that returns most of their offensive line, really showed why I like them. That was just a dominant game at the line of scrimmage, and the scoreboard didn't really reflect the gap in talent in that game. And man, did Justin Fields look good. I get that it's against a bad opponent, but for him making his first ever college football start, he looked incredible. And certainly Ohio State looks primed and ready to go, and I stand by them over Michigan. Like I said, I was a big winner this weekend in college football, and I just wanted to flex that on you guys. All right, and that will be it for us today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to our next episode where I have my first guest, our college football expert here at Clutch Time. His name is Cade Pinker Bernard. He has some good thoughts on the latest in college football. And later in the week, tune into my first college football and NFL prediction episodes leading into the first weekend of full football next weekend. I can't wait. Thanks for watching.